beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a marvelous feeling that everything is going your way. Welcome to the Voice of Hope Connection. I'm your host, D. Foster III, CEO and President of Wake Up Global Networks International. Come on in, you know the spiel. It's Sunday morning somewhere, and there is a word. Before we get started with this morning's word, I want you to like, subscribe, share, follow, put this link in your chat. Somebody needs to hear what God has to say on this Sunday morning. Listen, I want to remind you every Friday at 6 p.m. we have the Voice Over There podcast. Did y'all hear what I'm teaching? Did you hear the series, What Would Jesus Do? How dare you stand somebody up and embarrass them? Don't tell me that's what Jesus would do according to St. John chapter 8, the woman that was caught in the midst. Well, listen, that's not for here. That's for this Friday. What would Jesus do? Part 1. We going hard. We going strong. Make sure you follow. And if you can't, be a part of the replay crew where you can hear it and share it. Share it. Push the like button. Push this network up in the algorithms so that this word and conscious words like this can spread. I want to hear from you. Our email address is thevoiceovertheglobe@gmail.com. Thevoiceovertheglobe@gmail.com. Follow our social media on WPB Media, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. All of our content is there. Want to say shout out to April J for allowing us to have a voice on this platform, and her mom, Pastor Maple Hall, and her congregation. We salute you the second Sunday of a brand new year. I want to say our thoughts and prayers to those in California. And if you have relatives like I do in California, especially in Southern California, we are praying for you. We are believing God. So much goes on week to week. That's why we bring you this word. We always say we can have no guarantees what will happen, but we have a guarantee of God's word. This week, the whole entire globe is in turmoil as they watch acres and acres burn, and homes and businesses. What a devastation. But I want to ask you, because life has its ups and downs, the key is, where do you look for help? Where do you turn to for help? See, I understand it's blessing to be prosperous if God blesses us with prosperity and fine clothes and fine houses. But you see, in the day of destruction, those things cannot help us. I'm reminded this morning, and this is where I want to turn your attention. Come here, come close. I want you to hear this, because it may not be a fire. It may not be a brush fire. It may not be losing a house. It may not be losing a job. It can be unexpected sicknesses. It can be unexpected terminations. I don't know what it is, but that's the way life is. But one thing about it is we have hope. That's why we call this the Voice of Hope Connection. David, over in Psalms 121, it says, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills from which cometh my help. See, it's not that things happen to us in life. It's that we know where to look to get the help that we need to make it through those devastating times. Money cannot help you in certain situations. Education is great. I admire it, yes, but it cannot help you in all situations. Connections cannot always help you. But one thing that never fails is the psalmist said in Psalms 121, I lift up my eyes. I look to the high places. I lift up my eyes, my awareness unto the hills. Now, we don't have to look to the hills because God is in us now. But I look to the high place in me. You got to look to the high place in you, from which cometh your help. Whatever you're going through this morning, remember that the help is not happening outside of you, but the help is on the inside of you. He says, I lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. Here it is, right here. Catch this. Get this. My help cometh from the Lord. Not my money, not family, not friends, not position, not education. My help cometh from when all of that fails, when it burns to the ground, I still have hope. Why? Because my help cometh from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not suffer my foot to be moved. The Lord, he never sleeps. He never slumbers. And guess what it goes on to say? He watches over me day and night. That's all I dropped by to tell you this morning, that as the world is in turmoil, as the world is in flex, that's okay. Let it life keep on lifing. Let the world keep on flexing. But one thing is for sure, that you and I, when we look to the right place, when we look to the right place and to the right direction, we have help. And it comes from the Lord. Listen, I want you to like, I want you to subscribe, I want you to share, I want you to follow, and I definitely want you to be a part of the Wake Up of the Voice Over Now podcast every Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What would Jesus do? We're going to Hampton, we're going for Bishop Terry Jackson, and we're going to save the girl, the young lady that was needlessly embarrassed. I'm going to break it all down to you. And I can tell you, that's not what Jesus would do. Until the next Voice of Hope connection, this is D. Foster 3 reminding you there is hope. Stay connected to him. Peace.